So this is the fabric I'm working with. I've got a camo fleece and it is perfect for the winter. These are all the pattern pieces that I need for the tracksuit. I did make these patterns, I didn't buy any online. Time to cut out my fabric. I have my zipper cover, my side seam pocket linings, my left sleeve, and my right sleeve. This has been cut because I am adding a plastic D-ring to it. These are my hoodie pieces, so that will be the outer shell, and then this is the lining. This is the pocket to go on the front of my jumper. This is the back bodice, and this is the front bodice. My trouser pieces, my waistband for my jumper, and my turtleneck. So the first thing I need to do is sew the crotches together. Now that that is done, I can move on to my next step. Now I top stitch. Okay, that's top stitched. Now I install my pockets. I do have a tutorial on this as well, how to install these side seam pockets. And then I need to sew the center of the crotch all the way down to the ankle, and then on the other side as well. So I do this in just one long stitch basically. So I start from one end, so here, then I go all the way up to the crotch and finish on the other side. So now that's done, I'm moving on to my front pocket, and I'm just marking the lines where I fold so that I can create an opening. So I only pinned those parts because I now need to sew my opening, and I make that 16 centimeters long, the same as my pockets. So I'm just marking these notches because that's where I sew. See, I sew from mark to mark, so that is 16 centimeters there. So this is what it looks like. And I didn't bother to overlock it because this fleece doesn't fray, so I don't have to worry about threads coming loose and things. Now it's time to attach my pocket. So I'm just making sure that I have found my center line so that everything is center. And I'm just marking where I want the pocket to be sitting basically. Making sure that everything is matched up exactly how I need it to be. Now I need to sew the pockets on and making sure I don't sew over my opening. Okay, it's all done, everything's sewn down, and I now have pockets at the front of my jumper. It's time to sew my shoulder seams together, so I'm just putting the bodices right sides together, and I need to overlock my shoulder seams. Okay, that's done, and now I need to top stitch this. I've removed my pocket piece because I'm going to be installing my hoodie and it's just easier for me. So I need to construct my hoodie. Right sides together, always. All that camo can get quite confusing, so I've just moved the bodice out of the way so that you can see exactly what I'm doing with the hoodies now. Once I've pinned all those pieces together, I serge them and then I top stitch. I usually top stitch the lining, but I felt like I didn't have to do that with this one, so I only top stitched the shell of the hoodie. Now I need to put these two together, so right sides together, making sure the seams are matching up, and then I pin them all the way to the bottom. Once I've pinned those down, I serge / overlock. Okay, that's all done. Now I'm turning the right sides outwards, and I need to install my grommets. But before I install my grommets, I need to top stitch the lining. So after I've top stitched that, I just use the clips to pin down that edge because I don't want anything to get caught up and twist and things like that. So I'm just keeping everything straight because I need to install the grommets and then create a channel for my drawstrings to go through. I'm just gathering all the pieces I need to make my grommets. So usually on a hoodie I make the grommets go 1 centimetre in and 4 centimetres up, and then where the lines match up will be where the centre of my grommet goes. I need to cut this shell of the fabric, make sure you don't cut the lining as well. So these are all the pieces I need for just one grommet. I usually do this step on the floor because I don't like how loud the banging is on my table, but for the purposes of the video I've decided to do it on the table so I can just show you exactly how I do it. I have to be really careful not to cut the actual shell of the hoodie, otherwise you'll just ruin the whole hoodie and you'll have to do it all over again. Okay, I need to sew the channel now for my drawstring, and I usually do that 2.5 centimeters in, so you get enough clearance from the grommet and everything. Now I need to sew down the bottom section. It's easier for me to install it once I've done this step. You don't have to, but it's easier for me. So I'm finding the center of the neckline at the back, and then I'm finding the center for the hoodie as well, so that I can make sure everything is matching up and nothing is off center basically. So I need to get my hoodie 4 centimeters in so that there's enough clearance for the neckline and everything like that. That's just the style that I made for it. Now I serge this together. Now it's time to install my turtleneck with the zip. So I'm matching the turtleneck to the neckline now, so I need my turtleneck to go all the way to the end, so not like the hoodie where I made it go in by 4 centimeters on either side. This one covers the whole neckline. Now I attach this using a straight stitch with a 1 centimeter seam allowance. Now I need to install my zipper. I also have a tutorial on how to do this as well. Okay, that's all done, and now I need to just attach the rest of the turtleneck to the neckline. Once I've secured that all down, I serge this area again, so eventually it will end up having 3 layers of serging. So now that that's done, I have my zipper cover, and I need to just attach it to the shoulder seam so that it doesn't get in the way, so that it's just secured flat. Once that's been stitched down, I now top stitch this whole area here. So now that that's all done, I'm ready to install my drawstrings into my hoodie. I need to attach my pocket piece now. Find the center of the top so that everything is perfect. So I use a 1 centimeter seam allowance to attach that, and then I serge, and then I top stitch. Now I'm attaching my D-ring to the right side of the sleeve, and now I just serge that whole area and top stitch. Here we have it. Now I need to attach both sleeves onto the bodice and serge that. Once serged, I top stitched the sleeves as well. Now I sew the rest of the bodice together and making sure the seams from the underarms are matching. Now that that's all complete, I need to attach my waistband and the elastics. Once I've attached my waistband, I top stitched that as well. So it's time to put in all my elastics. So I have elastics for the sleeves, the ankle cuffs, and my trouser waistband. Once the elastic is sewn in place, I fold it over, clip them into place, and then top stitch. Now I need to install grommets into my joggers. So usually I go 2 centimeters down and 2.5 centimeters away from the seam. Once the grommets are in place, I now stitch for the casing of the drawstring. So this is how I like it. So these are the pictures of it all completed, and I love them. I now have 4 fleece tracksuits.